Hello and welcome to the Kopala TV main news. We get straight into the headlines. Mutati linked to formation of new political party. Illegal structures built on airport land in Dola to be demolished. NDC suffers setback in Chiluba. JCTR predicts rise in basic food basket. Join us after this. To present the Kopala TV main news in detail, my name is Wabula Musongole. A new political party that is linked to former Finance Minister Felix Mutati has been formed. The political party, known as the Movement for Democratic Change, MDC, has already presented its papers to the Ministry of Home Affairs. Blessings Malama now reports.
The information is already in the public domain. A new political party linked to former Finance Minister Felix Mutati has been formed. According to close sources to the ex-finance minister, the new political party is called the Movement for Democratic Change, MDC. Sources have told Kopala TV News that Mr. Mutati has since deposited necessary registration papers with the Office of the Registrar of Societies. Kopala TV News has tried to get a comment from Mr. Mutati, but he has been skeptical to speak over the matter. However, Kopala TV News has gotten in touch with Raphael Nakachinda, a close confidant to Mr. Mutati. Mr. Nakachinda, who is a nominated lawmaker of former Secretary General of the banned Pharrell MMD faction, says he has no news of the MDC party.
No. I'm not aware. I'm not part of it. I can't speak authoritatively about it.
Okay.
So if you are heard rumors that Mutati is behind it, you find Mutati's number. Me, I'm not Mutati. Me, I'm Nakachinda. And I'm MMD. And my political discourse and agenda is to restore fortunes of the movement for multi-party democracy.
The Nevers Mumba-led MMD, through their spokesperson Dr. Kefas Mukuka, have wished their former finance minister well in his new political endeavors.
We haven't gotten that information as yet, but our reaction to that would be to wish Honorable Felix Mutati all the best of luck. We respect him for one big reason. When he lost to Dr. Nevers Mumba in the Lusaka High Court on the 5th of November 2019, he considered defeat. And not only that, he went a stone ahead to disconnect himself or to disassociate himself from any further legal battle, unlike his former appointed National Secretary, Raphael Nakachinda.
The Ministry of Home Affairs is yet to comment over the matter. However, close sources in the Mutati camp have hinted that authorities are jittery to issue a certificate to the MDC. This is because the MDC is poised to become a vanguard party, as Mr. Mutati not only enjoys support from the Catholic Church, but from the civil servants and ordinary Zambians. Blessings Malama, Kopala TV News in Kitwe.
NDC suffers setback in Chiluba.
Political campaigns across Chiluba district in the northern province have gained momentum and heated up. All the 5 political parties jostling for the parliamentary seat are optimistic of putting up a good performance ahead of the February 13, 2020 election. Campaigns across the island have so far been relatively peaceful, although a cadre from the UPND has been arrested for being in possession of offensive weapons. Analysts have given varying opinions as to who will scoop the tightly contested poll. With 2 weeks to go before polling day, the opposition NDC has suffered a setback after its former constituency chairman, Leonard Malisawa, ditched the party for the UPND.
Panuma yakufuma mu NDC na shire muno kutira emibombere yaba NDC muri weakness ukufuma kubutungulu shuwa pamuliro twamba campaign taba twafutisha pofile na ngufika mwero tabamoneka tabesa na kuma meeting sha tukwata so na mono kutirawe chironganino chifuire chakwata intungulu sha pamuliro shireko seresha balaba lipanji so pali lero na joina UPND chironganino eko nakola alongana.
Mr. Malisawa has previously served as UPND councillor in Chiluba. However, the NDC has rubbished the defection claim, saying Mr. Malisawa is no longer a member of the NDC.
Perceived the defection from NDC. It's really unfortunate because as NDC, we haven't experienced such. The person masquerading as NDC, one Mr. Malisawa, is actually not our member. From the information we've gathered, Mr. Malisawa was or is a member of the not registered but perceived NDC led by Mr. Wenyamsenge, who used to be our Secretary General, which is the public domain.
The NDC insists that it has gained enough ground in Chiluba and is ready for victory. Apart from the NDC and UPND, the Chiluba seat is also being eyed by the PF, UPPD, and the People's Alliance for Change, PAC. Blessings Malama, Kopala TV, reporting.
The Zambian National Airports Corporation has threatened to demolish structures that have illegally been built on land at Simon Mwansa Kapwepwe International Airport in Dola. Helen Mwandila has the rest of the details.
Encroachment on key installations and land around Simon Mwansa Kapwepwe Airport is threatening aviation safety in the country. This has prompted the Zambia Airports Corporation Limited to take stern action on offenders. Civil Association Authority will soon move in and raise all structures illegally built on the airport land. Civil Aviation Director General Gabriel Lesa says places such as storage buildings close to the airport and use of certain devices pose a security risk to the operations of the aviation industry.
Actually, encroachments, they are a hazard to aviation. One, some of the people who come through actually, they've got vices which we do not want near the airport, and some of the activities they engage in also are not really in sync with what we need at an airport, but also as a security risk. Simon Mwansa Kapwepwe Airport, currently, if you were to pass through, it's being graded around, and a new perimeter fence is going to be put up, and we're increasing foot patrols, and we've stationed some outposts with police to ensure that people do not actually come and interfere with the operations of aviation. For those that have encroached, I think there's going to be some consequences. It's either they will have their places raised or we'll have to agree on something, but certainly the status quo cannot be actually allowed to continue.
And the Civil Aviation Department has engaged the provincial administration to see to it that there are no encroachments on the land at the Kopala International Airport.
We actually managed to meet with the provincial administration. We met on our last visit, we met with the town clerk, and we met with the mayor, and we met with PS Nondwe. And we've shared the importance that we continue to work together, and the provincial administration has actually assured us that they are not going to allow any encroachments around this new airport.
Meanwhile, Zambia Airports Corporation management has revealed that 68% of the construction works at Kopala International Airport has so far been completed.
This, according to the different sectors of the project, they are at different levels, but overall, it's at 68%.
Kopala International Airport is being constructed at a cost of $397 million with Africa International as the main contractor. Civil Aviation Authority Board Chairperson Lieutenant Colonel Lillian Moana is impressed with the standard of works being done at the new airport.
We have done a tour and it's very impressive. The airport is quite massive. It's got new technology which is in adherence with international standards. As you're aware that aviation sector is highly regulated by international laws and standards, so we are very happy that this airport is up to standard, especially with aviation standards, international aviation standards. So we are very impressed also at the pace that it is moving. It's amazing that barely 1 year plus since its inception of its construction, there is huge infrastructure already in place at the airport. So we're quite impressed with that.
Officials from the Department of the Civil Aviation are on the Kopala build, touring various installations under the Zambia Airports Corporations. Helen Mondilam, Kopala TV News, Ndola.
Fish traders at Chisokone Market in Kitwe have rejected plans by government to extend the annual fish ban from 3 to 6 months. Monica Baidu has the rest of the details in the following report.
Every year, from about December 1st to the beginning of March, the government effects a fishing ban on all fishing areas in Zambia. The ban is not extended to Lake Kariba and Tanganyika because they are shared water bodies and have different management protocols. The fishing ban is effected to replenish depleting fish stocks in water bodies. It is an offense to carry out fishing activities or to be in possession of fish during the ban period according to the Fisheries Act of the Laws of Zambia. Minister of Fisheries Nkanduluo says government is planning to extend the ban from the current 3 months to 6 months. Professor Luo is in the process of signing a statutory instrument laying down new regulations on fishing. However, fish traders at Chisokone Market in Kitwe are agitated by the latest pronouncement by Professor Luo.
3 months to 6 months. When I chat affect mlandu wako ati insta period yabe yakula sana. Ekala shani. Tora samshani abantu.
Ina 3 months yali base enough. Mama 6 months yakula sana.
Ana tsunga shani ngabale fuati bara tuchita employ once kwa bombera kwisabe. Chilisha yanguka kuti bare bachitevo fini.
Minister of Fisheries Nkanduluo has maintained that the extended fishing ban will give an opportunity to fish to breed and grow. Monica Baidu, Kopala TV News in Kitwe.
The Jesuit Center for Theological Reflection, JCTR, has predicted a rise in the basic food basket for families. A number of fundamentals will contribute to the adjustment in the food basket. Currently, the food basket for a family of 6 stands at over 6,500 kwacha per month. Victoria Mukopo has the rest of the details.
The economic outlook for the year 2020 looks shaky and unstable. Economic commentators have predicted that the country is likely to face some of the worst economic doldrums never witnessed in the history of the country. The analysis says prices of essential food commodities and fuel are likely to be adjusted upwards before the year closes. According to Mambo Hama Wondu, a financial expert, inflationary levels will continue rising, thus contributing to the distortions that the country will witness. The Jesuit Center for Theological Reflection, JCTR, one of the country's leading think tanks, says the basic cost of a food basket for a family of 6 might rise. The JCTR says the poor rainfall patterns compounded by uncertain climatic conditions will see prices of essential commodities going up.
Like you said, agriculture seems to be going down because I think the rainfall patterns in our country, and so this has affected the food basket because the prices of goods and services have gone up, even fuel. The prices of also fuel has gone up, and so transportation is one aspect that also provides prices, that determines prices in the market. So this has affected the food basket. December's basket was lower than what we have in January.
The JCTR wants government to put in practical measures to seriously look into the high prices of fuel that have a bearing on the cost of production.
And so we are hoping and appealing to the relevant authorities to come in and ensure that probably maybe the prices of fuel is reduced, so transportation is reduced. Unfortunately, there's very little that can be done regarding the rainfall patterns, its nature, but we are hoping that probably going forward we should also start thinking of drought-resistant crops that will help us boost the agriculture sector.
However, last week, President Edgar Lungu said his administration is looking at ways of growing the economy by at least 3% and reducing the inflationary levels that currently stand at 11.7%. Victoria Mkpo, Kopala TV News in Kitwe.
The Zambia United Local Authorities Workers Union, ZULAO, has expressed concern on the retrenchment of casual workers at some councils on the Copper Belt. ZULAO General Secretary Emmanuel Muisa has disclosed that a number of Division 4 workers at both the Ndola City and Masaiti District Councils have been laid off. Mr. Muisa says it is unfortunate that councils are laying off workers without following the law.
It has been observed that managers in local authorities are abrogating the contents of the conditions of service, the 1996 conditions of service, which are still in force. So we are emphasizing that there is need for the managers in councils to live up to what is provided for in the conditions of service. We want also to indicate that the provisions of the 1996 conditions for local authorities provide on the procedure to follow when you want to retrench workers. We've got some reports, and we also visited Masait, where we confirmed that the council is spearheading the retrenchment of Division 4 employees without following the procedure. The conditions provide that the leadership at national level, the national center, shall be brought on board. There shall be meetings between management and the workers' representatives. The reasons for the retrenchment should be understood, and other provisions also should accompany the process. But we are not seeing this being followed. So our emphasis to the managers in councils, the council secretaries in Masaiti and the council secretary for Kasenengo, is to ensure that they advise councils, their respective councils, accordingly.
In case you have just tuned in, you're watching the Kopala TV main news. Join us after this. Samaria Limited is a versatile company dedicated to meeting every need any of our customers may have. With us, you're guaranteed to have a pleasant and easy shopping experience with the best returns for your money's worth. We guarantee the best customer service in addition to the finest quality beverages at affordable prices. We have all your hardware requirements, from roofing sheets, wiring, piping, and much more. At Samaria Limited, we believe in good workmanship. Working well with one another is what gets our job done. Stationery is an essential. Whether it's a pencil for your personal drawings and designs, or a roll of paper for the company printer, we've got you covered. We stock various brands simply for your preference. We have an Airtel booth within our premises with airtime ready and available for all customers. We also offer Airtel Money services for easy money transactions and efficient clerks to attend to you, ensuring a fast and smooth procedure. If you're in need of any electronics, our store should be your go-to, with appliances ranging from household specifics to industrial commodities such as generators and inverters. If you need it, we have it. Our wholesale store stocks the best quality in food and other products, including cleaning necessities. And above all, our affordable prices ensure that you know how much we value you. You can find Samaria Limited along President Avenue North, opposite Zambia Railways in Ndola, or call us on 0212 613 336 or 0212 619 992. Samaria Limited, your one-stop center for all you need.
Looking for an opportunity to grow your business? Well, Kopala TV has good news for all small-scale businesses. You can now advertise on Kopala TV's Makwebo. Bonseba na mayo na bashtata. Iseni mulangishe amakwebo yenu pamutengo uachepa nga 100 kwacha. Yes, you heard right. For as low as 100 kwacha, your business will get its peak. Whatever the business, we will advertise. All you need to do is send a text of what your business offers, indicating the name, location, and contact details to the number below. Payment for the advertising spot can be made through MTN mobile money on the number down below. Makwebo, make your business known.
Welcome back. The Pharmaceutical Society of Zambia has advised citizens to develop the habit of buying prescribed drugs and medicines from registered outlets. The association is concerned that members of the public are buying medicines from the counter from persons who are not authorized by law to sell approved medicines. Diana Kopala now reports.
It is an agenda that the Pharmaceutical Society of Zambia is pushing. The professional association wants relevant authorities to move in immediately and close all illegal drugstores in townships. Association President Jelo Misikanika says selling drugs and medicines across the counter by unqualified non-medical staff is dangerous and should not be encouraged.
And we have also seen that drugs that are made to come in the name of the government, they come in the names of individuals. So we wonder, all these things are happening, and we are wondering also. So let the people of Zambia come to know, and let the ministry come out in the open and dispute that no, there's no involvement of the ministry in the procurement of this.
The Pharmaceutical Society of Zambia has an appeal to members of the public. Kopala TV has spoken to Kitu residents, most of them who have expressed ignorance on the dangers that are associated with purchasing medicines from unregistered drugstores.
Washitomuti kuli pharmacy shaba registered in case mtu wali expired. Imine wino wanwafi twandabati wali expired.
Dangerous for someone to just go to a drugstore which they do not really understand. So it's better you go to a drugstore that's authentic. Whereby if you go there, they'll ask you for a prescription, not whereby just go to a drugstore without a prescription, but they'll offer you the drugs because all they are looking for is the money.
The Pharmaceutical Society of Zambia has asked government to consider recruiting more staff at the Zambia Medicine Regulatory Authority, ZAMRA, who will be charged with monitoring the operations of private drugstores and other retail outlets. ZAMRA currently has 120 staff, catering for a population of about 17 million. Diana Kopala, Kopala TV News, in Kitwe.
Former Environment Minister William Harrington says he will not rest until the truth is established on how land under the controversial Lusaka Forest Reserve No. 27 was allocated. Mr. Harrington says he will seek judicial review over the matter. Recently, the Deputy Chief Justice refused to appoint a tribunal to probe the allocation of land in Forest Reserve No. 27. Mr. Harrington wants to know how senior-ranking government officials were allocated plots in the reserve area.
The Deputy Chief Justice was assigned to deal with our application following the decision by the Chief Justice to recuse herself as she is the beneficiary of a plot. The Deputy Chief Justice communicated the decision not to appoint a tribunal to us on the 27th December 2019. We have therefore decided to challenge or contest the refusal by the Deputy Chief Justice to appoint a tribunal and thereby denying us our legal and constitutional right to be heard. The reliefs we are seeking are 1. An order of mandamus to oblige the Deputy Chief Justice to reconsider his decision in line with provisions of the Parliamentary and Ministerial Code of Conduct Act. And secondly, we want a declaration that the Deputy Chief Justice is obliged by Section 13, 1 and 3 to appoint a tribunal.
In case you have just tuned in, you're watching the Kopala TV main news. Join us after this. Samaria Limited is a versatile company dedicated to meeting every need any of our customers may have. With us, you're guaranteed to have a pleasant and easy shopping experience with the best returns for your money's worth. We guarantee the best customer service in addition to the finest quality beverages at affordable prices. We have all your hardware requirements, from roofing sheets, wiring, piping, and much more. At Samaria Limited, we believe in good workmanship. Working well with one another is what gets our job done. Stationery is an essential. Whether it's a pencil for your personal drawings and designs, or a roll of paper for the company printer, we've got you covered. We stock various brands simply for your preference. We have an Airtel booth within our premises with airtime ready and available for all customers. We also offer Airtel Money services for easy money transactions and efficient clerks to attend to you, ensuring a fast and smooth procedure. If you're in need of any electronics, our store should be your go-to, with appliances ranging from household specifics to industrial commodities such as generators and inverters. If you need it, we have it. Our wholesale store stocks the best quality in food and other products, including cleaning necessities. And, above all, our affordable prices ensure that you know how much we value you. You can find Samaria Limited along President Avenue North, opposite Zambia Railways in Dola, or call us on 0212 613 336 or 0212 619 992. Samaria Limited, your one-stop center for all you need.
Looking for an opportunity to grow your business? Well, Kopala TV has good news for all small-scale businesses. You can now advertise on Kopala TV's Makwebo. Bonseba na mayo na bashtata. Iseni mulangishe amakwebo yenu pamutengo uachepa nga 100 kwacha. Yes, you heard right. For as low as 100 kwacha, your business will get its peak. Whatever the business, we will advertise. All you need to do is send a text of what your business offers, indicating the name, location, and contact details to the number below. Payment for the advertising spot can be made through MTN mobile money on the number down below. Makwebo, make your business known.
Welcome back. In international news, the United Arab Emirates, UAE, has been accused of allegedly forcing Sudanese natives to fight in wars under the pretense of recruitment for work. While many have managed to return home, others are still said to be in Libya or Yemen. We monitored Al Jazeera for this report.
When Abid Dafallah got a letter from a recruitment company late last year about work in the United Arab Emirates, he was delighted. He would be able to send money back home to help his family. He applied for a job as a security guard and was taken on by an Emirati company called Black Shield. But when he arrived in Abu Dhabi, he was in for a shock.
We were taken to a military camp and given training on how to handle heavy weapons. Most of our supervisors were Emiratis. It was not the type of training you'd get for a job as a security guard. When I asked why we were being trained on heavy weapons if we were supposed to work as security guards, they said we could be sent to Libya or Yemen to protect Emirati installations.
Abid is now back in Sudan after a campaign by the families of those who were recruited. In all, about 200 Sudanese men returned on Tuesday and immediately went to the UAE embassy in Khartoum to stage a protest outside. They say hundreds of their fellow Sudanese are still either in the Emirates at training camps or in Libya. The recruitment company in Sudan has refused to comment.
Hundreds of young Sudanese men thought they were going to be security guards in the UAE when they were taken on by Black Shield. Their families say they quickly discovered they were expected to fight as mercenaries in the wars in Libya and Yemen. They're now appealing to the Sudanese government to use its influence with the United Arab Emirates and bring all their sons home.
Sudan's Ministry of Information says it's aware of the issue and is working to ensure the safety of all of those who were recruited.
Communication is ongoing. Some of the youths who are in the camps in the UAE have come back. Our operations unit is working to gather information. We are in touch with the families and embassies of Sudan and the Emirati authorities who have been cooperative, and with the company. In a few days, this issue may be over.
Nadia Omar's son was one of the first to take up the offer of a job.
We have nothing besides crying and tears. This is not how I usually sound. It's because of all the crying. People console me and say he's not dead. And when he started messaging us, I told his sister to write and say, Luai, if you're in Libya, come back.
A sentiment shared by many other mothers who say no amount of money is worth more than having their son safely back home. Hiba Morgan, Al Jazeera, Khartoum.
Palestinians protesting U.S. President Donald Trump's Middle East plan say it changes nothing, adding that Palestine is still under Israeli military occupation and is gearing up for even more restrictions. Palestine natives say the U.S. president's new plan is making things worse. Al Jazeera once again.
Palestinians say the proposed Middle East plan put forward by the U.S. president changes nothing and actually makes things worse. They're still under Israeli military occupation and gearing up for more restrictions. There was a small protest in the Jordan Valley on Wednesday, an area that makes up nearly 1/3 of the occupied West Bank, a territory that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has promised to annex. The Israeli army beefed up its presence in the area and closed off roads, preventing many activists from getting there.
The Israeli army has put up checkpoints in several areas in the Jordan Valley. We had to walk a lot, but we found another checkpoint. Their main point is to prevent us from reaching the areas we agreed to meet in.
Those who did manage to reach the area were involved in scuffles with Israeli soldiers. Protesters also took to the streets in a number of West Bank cities, including Bethlehem. There, the Israeli army used tear gas and rubber-coated steel bullets to disperse the crowds. The anger among Palestinians has been increasing, especially after the US recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital in 2017. Palestinians want occupied East Jerusalem to be the capital of their future state, and not, as the Trump plan proposes, in eastern suburbs.
To Trump or whoever else, Jerusalem tells its own story. Every stone has its history, and it was never an Israeli or an American. It is Palestinian, Islamic, and Arab.
The turnout has been low. Some of the people we spoke to say it's the Palestinian Authority that need to be heading those protests. But there is also a great sense of apathy here. People do not expect much to change and say that the plan is being implemented on the ground anyways.
Going into the street against the, even totally unarmed against the Israeli armed soldiers is a risk. And people are waiting to see how far we go in facing the Israeli menace and the American menace. And I think this is not going to be a short-term thing. I mean, it's going to be a long-term thing.
Leaders of Hamas in Gaza have also condemned the proposed plan.
Our message was clear. We object to this so-called deal of the century. This is why we must stand united and work hand in hand in order to confront this conspiracy against our people. We must have a unified national strategy to restore our people's rights, to end the division once and for all.
With the Israeli elections only a few weeks away, many here think Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu may start the annexing of some Palestinian territory sooner rather than later. Nida Ibrahim, Al Jazeera, the occupied West Bank.
To end the Kopala TV main news, we recap on today's headlines. Mutati linked to formation of new political party. Illegal structures built on airport land in Dola to be demolished. NDC suffers setbacks in Chiluba. And JCTR predicts rise in basic food basket. Thank you for watching the Kopala TV main news. My name is Obwila Musongole, and God bless.
Demolish.